in the SWAT story, who is the mentor? So the hero in the SWAT story is who?
Customers.
Somebody who needs.
Who?
School, yeah, the people.
Students, the faculty, the staff, exactly. So who's the mentor in the story?
Yeah.
The SWAT is. When I'm selling real estate, the hero is my client. They're bettering themselves, they're getting into a better home, they're investing in real estate, whatever it is gonna be. They're the hero and I'm the mentor. In the SWAT story, students, faculty, staff, and you guys are helping them recycle. And then at the end is a call to action. So let's talk through this a little bit more. From the SWAT story perspective, what is SWAT for? What are you guys doing as SWAT? What's your objective?
Change the world.
Change the world, okay?
Creating sustainability on campus and off campus.
Creating sustainability on campus and off campus.
Teaching what we learned.
Teaching others how to do it. Excellent. When you say you run into President Tanner on the street, you're wearing your green shirt, and he says, I see you guys around. What do you guys do? What's your answer?
A little bit of everything, boss.
A little bit of everything. And it's really, this is where you get your story ready, so that when he runs in, asks, or anybody asks, you've got your story. We create sustainability, we teach others. Your customer is students, faculty, staff, and really beyond the university as well, into the community, into the world as a whole. What's your goal? What's your objective?
Get our projects done.
Get your projects done?
Yeah.
To have
But it's
worthwhile projects.
sustainability, what does that mean? Give a little bit of more detail to that. Your story is gonna need to involve some detail. You can talk about the trucks, you know, taking 2 dead trucks and making 1 good truck.
Or
At least-
like, because on the back of our shirts it says saving BYY so many dollars a minute or whatever. So that's kind of our goal, is to save the school at least money.
How much have you saved the university so far,
Individually,
collectively, SWAT?
Couple million.
I could read a couple of comments that would probably save your questions here. If I can find it. Touch it.
Do you think it'd be pretty compelling to know a dollar figure?
Yeah.
Your dollar, $17.27, whatever it is a minute, that's pretty compelling, that's interesting. But it'd also be good if you can, you know, President Tanner asks you, and you say, so far, we've saved the university $2.85 million, and on a monthly basis, the things that we've done continue to save, I don't know any idea what your number is, I'm just making stuff up, $70,000 a month.
We saved the school almost $1 million a year
$1 million a year
since 2011.
since 2011. So I think it'd be real good to figure out what this number is and what this monthly number is. I love that you got it to a minute, but to President Tanner, some nice big numbers are gonna get his attention. And anybody else, really. You know, fellow students, everybody else, this is impactful, you think about that, that's a big chunk of change. What's your obstacle to SWAT?
Bureaucracy.
Pardon?
Well, you-
Bureaucracy.
Bureaucracy.
Yes,
the man.
the man. The man. I think that, and then also on the other side is just bad habits. People have bad habits.
Yeah.
Getting them to, you know,
Teaching
awareness. You know, just give us your water bottles, we'll get the 5 cents out of them. Just give it to us, you know, we'll come get it from you. And so the obstacle is just the habit and the awareness and building that. You're the mentors, that's part of your story. Call to action. What's a call to action? You want to end your story. These are some elements to it, to how to tell a good story. You gotta nail the ending. You gotta end with a call to action. Give them something that they can do. If you've told a good story, then they're thinking, I wanna be part of that story. I wanna be this person. I wanna be the hero in the story. You need to tell them what they need to do to be the hero. With SWAT, what is that? It's putting the green bikes in the rack if they see them around the community. It's
Not breaking them.
not breaking them, taking care of them. It's, helping collect the water bottles. It's all the different things you do. Give them something that they can do. Just a reminder, a good storytelling. English wasn't my favorite subject. The prose and the flowery painting a picture, telling a story that just captures your attention. That's not my thing. But I'm trying to learn how to do that because I see how critical it is to be able to tell a story and just kind of get everybody's attention. And you've heard great storytellers and just how you just listen. President Monson's one. Cut the fat. Quite often in our stories, we set the stage with a lot of details that really are often not critical to the message that we're trying to portray. So if we're telling the SWAT story, we don't need to talk about Les Harper, came from Canada, started this 3 years ago, da-da-da-da-da. Let's start right where we're at now. What are we doing on now? And if somebody wants more, then we can give them more history background. But just start and just stick to the relevant, focus on the details, spend more time in your story on the relevant details. Of course, nail the ending. Get a good, strong, dramatic ending that gets them excited with your call to action, and then rehearse. It's important to rehearse. I have learned in my entrepreneur career how important tracting on a mission is. Because tracting on a mission, I'd go to door to door to door to door, and I learned really quickly, just based off of people's reaction, either their facial or closing the door in my face, that I only had so many words, and I had to choose my words very carefully, and I had to get a message or tell a story very concisely. And if I had too many words in there and the wrong words, too much fluff that wasn't part of the core message, that I lost them. I just had 30 seconds to catch them, to hook them, to rein them in. And in my entrepreneurial career, I've seen the same thing, that you've got 30 seconds, 60 seconds to answer that question, what do you guys do for SWAT? And you can tell them some things you do, and we catch rats in the library, and we got the farm out back, and they'll hear that, and that's great. But if you want to really catch them and turn them into their own hero in their own story, then you've got to have a good story, and it's got to be concise, and it's got to be efficient. And if you can do that, then they'll help you break through the bureaucracy, if it's administration or staff, if it's a student, in fact, somebody, they'll help you in what we're trying to do. If you've got a good story, a good call to action, it's concise, it's dramatic, it's compelling, it's interesting. If you can pull all that together and rehearse it, and the more you rehearse it, you'll refine it down into just the perfect nugget that you need. Any questions, any thoughts?
So have you heard of an elevator speech before?
Yes, elevator pitch is what, that's quite common in business plan competitions, and there's just a 30 to 60 seconds to pitch what you do, and you just focus on this very thing.
Can I tell you what my elevator pitch is?
Sure.
Okay. Our mandate is to reduce expenses on campus and throughout the world, and at the same time teach students and others principles and skills that allow them to return to their home countries and serve.
Is that your own creation, or were you given that mandate?
I built that for the first report for president.
Okay,
Because we had never really sat down and gone, okay, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
What are we trying to fulfill?
was it helpful to you to go through the mental exercise of writing it
Absolutely.
and why, how?
Well, it's, we're all here doing good things, all sometimes moving forward very quickly, trying to accomplish our tasks, but sometimes you just have to step back and go, okay, why exactly, or what are we up to? What's our goal in the end? And sometimes, often, if you don't have the point of light to go towards, you get distracted, and all of a sudden you're petting puppy dogs instead of saving the world. And in our situation, we do so many different things
Yes.
that our mandate has to be fairly broad, but at the same time concise enough that we can look at every project and say, okay, are we saving money? Are we helping students and others recognizing and developing skills so that they can take it back to their home countries and make use of that? And if we're not doing that, maybe we're distracted or just not making the best use of our resources.
And I can see both sides of it. In some instances, you might cut some things out, but in other times, situations, it might be something that you're already doing, realizing we could be adding this component and bettering, and teaching the students that they could, it goes both ways.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anything else?
I've always been taught to use the elevator, speech. I call it speech.
Pitch,
but-
yeah,
pitch,
yeah.
To fulfill the law of attraction. Basically, you wanna say it in such a way, it's gotta be short and concise, and it's gotta be thought-provoking, where they're gonna ask you the next question. When
Yes.
you give your elevator speech, what he just said, then you just shut up. And if they're interested, they're gonna ask you a question. If they're not interested, they're gonna turn around, oh, okay, that's good, and turn around and walk away. Either way, you're gonna save yourself time, or you're gonna hook somebody into the next part. Because then when they ask you a question, then you can, but if you throw up all over them, if they ask you and you go through every single thing we do and like you're talking about less and they're not gonna hear a word of it. They're gonna try to run away from you.
Yeah.
But if you hook them, then they're gonna follow what you're saying.
And they're gonna ask the
Want to hear it,
questions
right?
and